Monica, don't go. We're going to check back in with you one more time after we talk about the English language slice of this bill. Maybe you've heard that exchange between CNN reporter Jim Acosta and White House advisor Stephen Miller yesterday about the proposed changes to immigration policy. Here's Acosta asking whether a skills-based approach, granting green cards, is in line with U.S. tradition.
The Statue of Liberty says, give me your tired, your poor, your huddled masses, yearning to breathe free. It doesn't say anything about speaking English or being able to be a computer programmer. Aren't you trying to change what it means to be an immigrant coming into this country? If you're telling them you have to speak English, can't people learn how to speak English when they get here?
Well, first of all, right now, it's a requirement that to be naturalized, you have to speak English. So the notion that speaking English wouldn't be a part of our immigration systems would be actually very ahistorical.
Well, not quite. It's true that the naturalization exam requires a test in English, but for immigrants who don't speak English fluently, there can be an exemption. The U.S. doesn't have an official language, but many people think English should be it. Rosalie Porter is on the board of directors for the organization Pro-English. I mean, it's a small part of the bill, but it's a really important part, and it strikes a lot of emotions. I mean, you came to the U.S. at the age of 6, didn't know any English yourself. I mean, isn't it part of the American ideology that people should be allowed to do that? And we're not talking citizenship. We're just talking about coming into the country for a green card.
Well, if they're coming into the country with a green card, that implies they are going to stay, they are going to work. And without immigrants knowing some English or being ready to acquire the language, we have problems, and they are very, very expensive. The executive order that President Clinton signed that requires all sorts of organizations, and especially hospitals and doctors' offices, to provide translation services for anyone that requires them. The fact is there are 329 languages spoken in this country today. This is a hugely expensive requirement that has cost the economy a great deal of money in the past 20 years.
Do you believe, though, that all these translation services actually have cost us more than what we've received in economic benefits from people who've come to this country and may not speak English?
Well, you're saying immigration services cost us more.
No, I'm not saying that, but do you really
economic benefits? That may be true.
I'm not saying that. I'm saying that we get more economic.
I'm an expert on language and the situation of immigrant children and their families. That's my area.
Your point of view, Rosalie, does it see an America that is less connected to the rest of the world?
Good heavens, how could we be more connected when we receive over 1 million immigrants every year? We are the most diverse country on the face of the earth. Where is any other country doing more to accommodate immigrants with education, with health care?
And with all those numbers being brought down by the Trump administration, you still believe that?
Look, nobody today is recommending that we stop immigration. But only in the past 40 years, our population in the United States has doubled, and 60% of that increase is from immigration. Maybe we should look at reducing the level of immigration. Let the bill come before Congress and let it be discussed in open forum. Let's see what they decide.
Rosalie Porter there with the organization Pro-English.